You're only one business idea away from creating something amazing. You're only one business idea away from creating a business that could help a lot of people but also help you make money. But here's what I've realized. It's not just about ideas, but it's also about execution. It's also about making that business come alive. Why? Because ideas are cheap. Execution is everything. So now I'm changing my phrase that don't just focus on a great idea, focus on executing that great idea. Hi guys, I'll still be here in Singapore for the next few days. We're gonna do fundamentals and technicals today and up until the weekend. So if you want to know more how you can trade, invest, and win in the markets, join us for Stock Smarts here in Singapore, because the heart and the goal is really to help you and to use the stock market to help you reach your goals of financial freedom so that you get to live your life at your own terms. So that's it. Check this video out. Hey guys, so it's 1 a.m. here in Singapore. As you can see, it's just me here. I'm the only one left here at I don't know what bridge this is. I think this is the over here's the Esplanade Bridge. I think this is the Merlion Bridge. I'm not sure, but what I want to highlight on what I've been stressing for so many times is that in a lot of the places that are relatively considered to be more developed, they have peace and security that even if you're a tourist, even if it's 1 a.m., even though you're just by yourself, it's relatively safe. And I hope that we get there someday in the Philippines, that it reaches a point also where no matter where you go, you can walk safely by yourself, that you won't be scared. So that's what's nice about it though. Now, I don't know what I want to talk about, but again, I do the video so that I get to create content and give value to you. And if you've noticed, the whole point, the whole context, the whole spiel of why I do this is that I just want to create as much value as possible to those that are watching the videos, because I really want to see more and more Filipinos grow on the knowledge of investing. And because it's how it is. We want to see this generation be one of the wealthiest generations out there. I really want to see that us, those that have the means to actually work, do business, and do amazing things here, regardless if you're in the Philippines or in other countries, that you don't waste the years that you have, that you spend a disproportionate amount of time building your skills, because as you start building your skills, that's what's gonna create money for you. And it doesn't just have to be in the stock market. It can be you building your skills in business, you building your skill in your work, you building your skill in a craft that you know you can excel at and be good at. Because at the end of the day, if you are good at what you do, if that skill will elevate you to the next level, people will pay you. It has to come to a point where you're so good at what you do that people are willing to pay you even at a higher price, because you're so good, you give so much value to the marketplace. Again, I say this all the time, over and over and over and over again. People don't pay you, people won't pay you large amounts of money because of how hard you work, but people will pay you large amounts of money based on the value that you produce, based on the value that you give in the marketplace. The more value you give, the richer you will get as well. So that's why you spend a disproportionate and a large amount of your time to study and to build that skill. Don't focus on making money first. Please remember, Warren Buffett became the richest person on the planet at some point, but when he was starting out, guess what? He was investing from 11 years old to where he is right now, one of the richest in the world, but he's 80 plus. But please remember this, from 11 to 20 to 30 to 40, he had a lot of money already, but he became super rich when it tipped around 50 plus years old. So why am I saying this? From 11 to 50, it was 40 years of making money, but he wasn't there at the elite level of one of the richest in the world yet. So that's what I'm saying. Wealth also, aside from building the skills needed for that, is also a process. When I say it's a process, it takes time also. Meaning, for you to be good at it, be patient, when I say you have to be patient also, it comes to a point in time where you don't have to rush things. When I say you don't have to rush things, you have to know that as you develop your skills, it also takes time. It also takes a good set of skills for you not to rush things, because when you rush things, that's where a lot of the trouble happens. You try to create shortcuts, you try to hasten things because just because you think that maiwanan ka. Guess what? Hindi ka maiwanan. You will have an equal share of opportunities. Guess what? You don't even have to when you see a lot of people around you, friends, competitors, neighbors who are doing well, be happy for them. You don't have to be jealous based on what they're achieving. You don't have to be jealous because some are earning more, because guess what? Your time will come. Your time will come when it's your turn. Please remember that getting a lot of money, being successful, is not also just timing. It's you preparing so that when your time comes, you already have the correct skill set to, I don't know, build and adjust to it. And you can see it all throughout history, from amazing athletes, boxers, basketball players, those that make it big. They were preparing for that moment years upon years upon years upon years. Now to all of us it looks spectacular, but to all of them it looks normal. Why does it look normal? Because they've done it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that's what I'm saying, that it's a process. It requires patience, that you have to be in it, not just for now, but you have to be in it, looking at what you will be 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. Even when I invest, I was talking to Eric Domingo. You can check some of the videos that I had. I interviewed him and I told him that whenever I invest, I'm not looking at what I can get in the next year. I'm looking at, if I invest in this company, when I say this company, I'm talking about other companies not connected to the stock market anymore. But my goal is, as I invest, even if I don't earn on this first year in this startup, as long as guys, get this, later on the payoff will be great, meaning I make my due diligence that of course this is a good company, this is something that I can hold on to for a good amount of time. If the payoff comes in a few years later, but it becomes really, really good, it becomes the next Uber, the next Airbnb, the next very, very large fast food chain, becomes Irvin's, I don't know, but it becomes something that is amazing. All of that patience for me, just holding on to it, will also pay off. So that's why it's very, very also, it's also important to have a good level of cash flow, that you know your money, you know your budget, that you know that if you're an entrepreneur, you know your numbers, that how long will you last, given that if this project, this business, or this investment won't pay off yet, will you be able to sustain your lifestyle? When I say lifestyle, it's not just you nahirap ka to be able to make ends meet, but it's a lifestyle where you get to still live properly, eat properly, and have a normal life. Because at the end of the day, if you live happy, your brain, which is your strongest weapon, your greatest asset, will allow you and will produce better results and better yielding decisions for you. And at the end of the day, if you know how to decide properly, you will win. And there, lastly, and I keep saying this and I've been stressing this over and over and over and over and over again, is if you're scared, guess what? That shouldn't stop you from reaching your goals. That shouldn't stop you from going for your dreams. Why? Because all of us naman we all go through points in our lives where we step into something that's unfamiliar. We step into something that's so different. We step into something that makes us scared. But you know what? It's that feeling of you pushing in spite of the fear. That's what's gonna elevate you to the next level. No one who's done significant things or something of lasting significance, it was never done safe. It was never done secure. It was never done that everyone was so complacent. It was always done not knowing what's gonna happen, not knowing the outcome, but in spite of fear, they push through. That's what faith is also. If faith is you pushing and nudging in the presence of adversity, in the presence of fear, in the presence of not knowing what's happening. Because dreams are placed by God. It's not us who would place those dreams that are so impossible. It's not us who places dreams to make a difference, create a lasting impression. We don't make that happen. It's God who makes that happen. So if He's the one who placed it here, guess what? He's the one who's gonna make it happen. He's the one who's gonna make it come to pass, because what He started in you, what He placed in you, the seed that He put in you, is something that's gonna propel you. As long as it's been there, your only goal, your only narrative is to actually step out and actually do it. I would always create videos that would say that you're only one business idea away from creating something amazing. You're only one business idea away from creating a business that could help a lot of people, but also help you make money. But here's what I realized. It's not just about ideas, but it's also about execution. It's also about making that business come alive. Why? Because ideas are cheap. Execution is everything. So now I'm changing my phrase that don't just focus on a great idea, focus on executing that great idea. And that's where the money is. That's where you step out from the unknown and you grab what's in your head and make everyone else feel it. Don't waste your life doing something you don't love. Don't waste your life doing something that at the end of the day you think won't matter in the grand scheme of things. Do something that as you start doing it every day, it makes you feel alive. Like now, man, 2 a.m. walking the streets of Singapore, vlogging. Why? Because I really want to communicate. I really want to share my thoughts, because I really believe that there's a group of people who might be going through this right now, that might need this dose of knowledge, this skill, this inspiration. And you know what? You too, you have something that you can give to the world. You have something that as you start unleashing it, as you start allowing people to hear what that message is, they will benefit from it, because we all have something to give. Never ever think that what you have doesn't matter, because it's not true. What you have matters. What you have is something that is very significant to a lot of people around you. So that's what's important. You're created for a purpose. You're created to do something great. You're created to do something amazing. Don't let other people's opinions define who you are. Don't let the negative opinions of others that say that you don't matter, you won't succumb to anything, you're just there, your background, you're not rich. It doesn't matter. What matters is what God believes and what He says about you, that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, that you have a great future, you have a great hope, that your greatest things, the greatest days of your life are still ahead of you, that what He started, He's going to be faithful, and He will complete it. He will make it come to pass. He will push when it seems impossible. He will do above and beyond what everyone else thinks that it can't be done. As if you partner with what He placed inside of you, you will win. Hope this video helps you. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart.